All right, this is Stephen Cooley with Mortgage Advisor Tools. I am here with Suketu Gaglani at Mira Labs. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, Stephen. How about you?
Very good. It's been a busy year. How's your year looking? How was last year? The mortgage industry treating you okay?
Well, actually, it all started since 22, so second half
Okay.
of 22 when things started going down. But yeah, last year was really a completely turnaround for me with Mira in development, and this year really started with a great bang. So look
Love
very
it.
positive for 2025.
Very cool. Well, for people that don't know, explain to me what Mira Labs is and how you guys help mortgage lenders.
Great. So Mira Labs is it's just a brainchild of mine. I've been trying to create a tech innovation in the mortgage industry, being from the industry for 18 plus years. Always
Yeah,
saw that technology was a challenge and was always trying to look up for something to develop that would make things a lot more easier, the mortgage journey much more easier for me as a loan officer or for my consumers. And the word Mira actually came from Mortgage Intelligent Resource Assistant. So when we actually started developing the tool and included AI with it, we needed a name for it, and that's where Mira came from. So it's actually a Mortgage Intelligent Resource Assistant, an AI co-pilot that has been embedded in the system as a tool to enable loan officers, consumers to take care of a lot of their tasks, which is too much of human dependent today, helping them speed up the entire process and getting your prospect to lead in quicker time and then lead to app in a much more faster time. So that's what Mira Labs is, and that's what it's all about.
very cool. What's your experience been like helping lenders understand how AI is going to, change their business and help them under trust? Really, trust. I think trust is the biggest issue with AI, or at least a really big issue. But what's that experience been like for you?
Well, when we actually started developing Mira, one of the biggest challenges that we faced was that we thought that, okay, we were trying to get one AI to do a lot of things, but I'm sure lately you've been starting to hear about the agentic model, right, from OpenAI to any other LLMs that they are talking about today, even Microsoft. And fortunately, we actually started working on the agentic model back then, almost a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Nice.
And we realized that when we broke down the entire AI into smaller chunks, into smaller agents, and helping them do a lot of their tasks, the accuracy was almost close to 98, 99%. And the guardrails that we built around it was strictly followed. So fortunately, when we developed the entire end-to-end agentic model, it just turned out to be one of the more promising and more confirming AI. So when we are now demoing it to our clients, we're showing it to our clients, and they have started using it. The feedback is amazing. They love it, what they see, and they're getting more and more confident. So yes, it's just a matter of time. The adaptability is just around the corner and should be good to go.
That's very cool. Yeah, agentic AI got introduced to me, I want to say maybe 8 months ago, and I would like to think I have a pretty good understanding of Gen AI and whatnot, but that was new, that was news to me. Why don't you explain briefly, what the difference is between agentic AI and Gen AI?
Right. So the problem with the LLMs and the AI overall is that the bigger your prompt is and the more bigger your tasks are, the more it will tend to hallucinate because it will tend to lose the context or the history of the context completely along the way. However, when it comes to breaking it down to an agentic model, it tends to only stick to the task that it's been designed to. So, and then specifically building a guardrail around it to ensure that it doesn't go out of the boundaries to go ahead. And like one of the things that we noticed with ChatGPT that it's too chatty, right? It just keeps on talking. It's never ending until unless you really want to stop it. And sometimes it just gives you out of context solutions which you don't require. You just ask that, hey, what do I need to do with this particular information? And that's all you need to get an answer back. But that doesn't happen, right? So that is one of the biggest difference that I saw from generative AI to an agentic AI model that we are building right now in Mira.
I think it's agentic AI is especially beneficial for creating some security, I think, for the mortgage industry because I've seen a lot of different applications around accountability, especially when it comes to compliance and making sure that the right processes are followed. Providing a more because when you're making a big decision in a company, it's various perspectives and experiences coming together and having a conversation, and everybody has a different point of view, and
Yeah.
then you arrive at a conclusion, and effectively that's what agentic AI does,
Yeah.
or at least that's how you could build it to.
No, definitely. One of the biggest challenges that comes in agentic AI is the orchestration of it, understanding that which agent is supposed to take care of your problem or the task that you have assigned, and then making sure. Well, one of the things that I saw was the biggest differentiator was it was much more controlled compared to any open LLM that you would end up using. Like, you could end up using OpenAI or probably an LLM just embedded into your system and start asking questions. Yes, you would be able to do that, but are you able to control it? Are you able to stop it and ask it that, hey, this is all you need to do. You do not need to go beyond this. You cannot do that in a generative AI. Whereas in agentic AI, yes, that is very, very possible if it's
No,
well done.
I did I was on or I moderated an AI panel, Digmo, and there's a majority of companies are going to be sunsetting. There's a McKinsey stat, the majority of companies are going to be sunsetting their AI projects in 2025. And I think a lot of them is because there's just simply not a full understanding of its application and also how to see an ROI. So, how have you helped companies understand and see the ROI and what you guys are doing?
So one of the ways where we really stand out compared to any of our other competitors or any other tools in the market is that our product has been built more on a consumer facing as well, along with assisting on the loan officer side, whereas we see a lot of tools being developed to assist on the most on the back end operations comparatively. And that's where I see the biggest differentiator because now we are seeing that, consumers starting to adopt AI. And how is it that you're going to use AI to go ahead and, get your consumers to have a next level of user experience, right? That is definitely going to be one of the biggest differentiators, which has been the challenge that if we go back in the past in the mortgage industry, there's hardly been anything or any tool that we have been able to develop till date where really it has made a great user experience, a great borrower experience, and create a state of the art architecture for that kind of a situation. So when it comes from lead to app is where we are focusing right now, and we are very sure that the way it's being built, it's the problems that we are solving is pretty much almost the entire industry's challenges right now. So fortunately, we just seem to be doing the right thing in the right place at the right time.
Well, resonating. Well, very cool. Well, uh, anything on the horizon or announcements or product rollouts you want to touch on for this year, or are they
Yeah, it's
secret?
we actually have just definitely our deployments have started, and Q2, Q3 of this year we'll be looking at rolling out the mobile app version with voice mode enabled. So Mira will not only be responding to you through text, but you can even talk to Mira. So that's the very next immediate feature that we're looking at releasing, and that's specifically going to be for the consumers. So they don't really have to type anything; they'll be able to talk to Mira and get everything done via their mobile app. So it won't be nothing that's required to be on their desktops all the time.
Very cool. Well, man, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And man, I appreciate your support of mortgage advisor tools. But yeah, if you haven't yet, please go check out Mira Labs. And thank you guys very much.